Hello, I did my project on the company that I work for, which is Husker IMG Sports Marketing and also Husker IMG Sports Network. They kind of go hand in hand. So we sell the sponsorships, and the network obviously does the radio broadcasts. So, with that, my table of contents, we're going to talk about the social media goals, our target audience, our content strategy, how we're going to measure our progress, and how we plan to refine this strategy. So, our business goals, we obviously want to gain heightened brand awareness. We're kind of in the shadow of the actual athletic department. Not a lot of people know that there's a separate company that sells these sponsorships. So, we want people to know that they can reach out to us if they want to partner with the Huskers. We want to provide quality service for the clients we currently have. We want to attract more leads, increase our sales, and eventually we want to be able to monetize our social media accounts. So we sell a lot of campaigns through the Huskers accounts, but we want to be able to do it through our own accounts just to kind of make it easier for everyone. So with that being said, our social goals are to expand our reach, increase our engagement, gain more followers and more diverse followers, people outside of Nebraska. We want to increase our click-through rate and create more intriguing content. So our social media goals, like I said, reach a younger audience, grow our following, increase overall engagement, and increase our click-through rate on posts. And we actually use TuneIn. It's an online radio app. So that's one of the main things we share. TuneIn, the app on our social media, and we want to increase the click-through rate to that. So our business audience. Our business audience is basically anyone who wants to associate their business with Nebraska athletics. We have everything ranging from banks, agriculture, car dealerships, quick serve restaurants, medical companies, insurance companies, you name it. We probably have someone in that space partnering with Nebraska athletics. So our business audience is very wide. Our current audience on social, it's funny, we actually had a meeting about this not too long ago, and I know I mentioned in my introduction that I wanted to help with my company's social media, but our current audience is 35 and up year old males. A lot of them work in agriculture. They do a lot of hands-on work. There definitely are people that work in professional settings, but definitely a lot more manual labor, typically married. So our target audience is to lower that a little bit, 18 to 35-year-olds. I want to expand outside of Nebraska, working professionals and students. So this is a breakdown of the target audience via each social media. So Twitter, kind of shift it towards younger people and students for sure. And we need to share a lot more photo and video content and even start including things like GIFs. So the demographic, both male and female, 18 to 35, and key messages. You can get inside looks at interviews with coaches and athletes, information about our radio shows, and information about sponsoring the Huskers, and also the kind of promotions that go on with the Huskers. We'll share all that kind of information. Facebook, basically everyone is on Facebook, so we kind of wanted to use that to reach our older audience. So working professionals, we need to give more insights into what partnering with the Huskers is like. And so 35 plus, male and female, and we want to reach non-Nebraskans as well as Nebraskans, but on that we'll share info about our radio shows and sponsorship. Instagram, another social channel that I would consider younger. So students and young adults share more photos and videos. The demographic would be 18 to 35, and again, just inside looks, mainly photos and videos of interviews with coaches, athletes, our view from a game, our view from practice, that kind of thing. And like I said, we use a radio app called TuneIn. So our target audience for that is students, working professionals, fans of all ages. And the app needs to be promoted more on social media. The demographics, like I said, all ages, male and female, smartphone users, and especially non-Nebraskans, because a lot of times they obviously don't get our radio affiliates. So this is a good way for them to listen. So like I said, you can listen to the app from a smartphone, a computer, and you can listen from anywhere. So that would be our key messages. Our competition, the main accounts that we compete with is the Huskers account, obviously, the Husker football account, and another popular one is Hail Varsity. And so Huskers is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. They share content from all sports. They encompass everything that goes on just in the athletic department, share a lot of photos, videos, GIFs, that kind of fun stuff. I think one of their weaknesses is it's such a broad account that they are trying to accomplish so much with one. You know, they're releasing news releases that often get lost in there in the fun content and that kind of stuff. The content that resonates for me, a lot of the video content, and I love when they share stuff from influencers, which I would consider former athletes, current athletes, all that kind of stuff. The Husker Football Nation accounts, they have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Some of their strengths is they're very relevant and trendy with their content. And one of their weaknesses, which is related to the strengths, is it's recruiting focused. So they are so relevant and trendy because the account is literally to recruit 16-year-old football players. So content that resonates. They do a lot of videos, a lot with captions on them, so they're easy to read, a lot of GIFs. They do fun things like take movie posters and put our coaches on them, that kind of stuff. So I just think that's fun. Another competitor would be Hail Varsity. They share a lot on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. One thing that's fun about them is because they are journalists. They create a lot of like photojournalism. So they're trying to share memories and stories within their posts. They do share a lot of content that is similar because they kind of get the same inside look that a lot of the other accounts do. And one thing that resonates is what makes them different is they obviously write articles. So I think they share really unique perspectives in their stories, and I love that about them. So social media audit. We have basically names or URLs claimed for every social media, but our main ones are Facebook and Twitter. We have an Instagram account that has never been posted to. It has 23 followers. We have a YouTube account that's been posted to one time. So obviously we could use Instagram and YouTube, and also I keep talking about TuneIn. TuneIn has a huge following. They play the live broadcasts for people who aren't in the area of our affiliates, and they also archive some past radio calls, so you can go on there and re-listen to like moments from old games, that kind of thing. So Twitter has the highest following. Facebook has about 3,500. They both post very frequently. Twitter posts a little bit more. They do a lot of retweeting more than curating their own content, but that's something that could be improved. So social audit learnings, like I said, Facebook and Twitter are the main accounts. We have handles reserved for a variety of channels, but we don't actually use them. A lot of this is so that people can't go on and pretend to be our company, but I think we could reach more unique audiences by using these handles that we have reserved and using more social media channels. So my recommendations would be to find ways to engage fans and create conversations versus only being informative. A lot of our posts are, this is going to be who's on our radio show, this is what time, not exciting content, so we can make it fun and add variety. We can do this by using photos and videos. We get a lot of cool inside looks and exclusive interviews, so we should use that to our advantage. And account just really needs a personality. It's really dry and informative, and I think it could use some flair. So calendars, an idea for an editorial calendar. I was thinking in the month of August, a game day prep month, so you can meet the team, and obviously fall sports, big ones are volleyball and football. So introduce big playmakers. The coaches, get to know the coaches. Like I said, we get exclusive interview content with them, so we can share some of that in the get to know you and get to know our staff, the Husker Sports marketing staff and the network, because you might want to know who's calling all the games and stuff. And on top of that, game day tips, best places to park and what driving looks like, fun things to do before the game. Obviously, they close down the street outside of the West Stadium, and we have a lot of activations there, so we could kind of tell fans what's going on and even what to expect during the game. So content strategy, the type of original content we'll create, insider looks of broadcasts, game days, and client events, type of content obviously related to the Huskers, content from sponsors, and content from industry influencers. Twitter, I want to post the most frequently too, probably 3 to 5 times per day. Instagram, people kind of say that you shouldn't Instagram more than 1 time a day. So I think we should do it every 3 days or so, and Facebook probably twice a day. And the different audiences that we need to tailor content to are out-of-state fans, younger fans, and fans who aren't in attendance and who aren't watching it on TV. So since we are the radio network, we want to reach people who are listening to the game on the radio. We want to give inside looks into radio broadcasts. Like I said, meet the team, photos, videos, live stream, share exclusive interview content. We could share archive tune-in broadcasts, share comments during interviews. We could live tweet during that, and also share clients' marketing promotions that they do with the Huskers. They do a lot of digital and social campaigns, so we can share that content. And like I said, engaging fans in conversations. One idea I had is trivia questions, and then giving information about partnerships and sponsorships for local and national businesses. We could do a sponsor spotlight and meet our marketing team. You can see what account executives you can meet with and figure out how to align your brand with the Husker brand. Here's just a week-long content calendar. So every day they post on Facebook and Twitter about the show schedule for the night. So that's an everyday thing. On Sundays, we could talk about highlights from the previous week and what the week looks like ahead, and also sponsor spotlight, where you can share news about a new sponsor or returning sponsor, feature a picture, and thank them for sponsoring. On Mondays, there's always a press conference, and we do a Monday night coaches show, so highlights from that. Meet the team. Throwback Thursday trivia questions I thought would be fun to get people tweeting at our accounts. Fridays, game day tips. Saturdays, we have talent that does the radio, so we could do a talent takeover, like our sideline reporters, that kind of thing, and also live game updates, and of course sharing content from the Huskers accounts. Like I said, here's a month-long view at a calendar, kind of shows all of those things. So evaluation. So we need to use analytics. I've used Google Analytics in the past, but we could use Facebook Analytics, Twitter Analytics, all of that to track the engagement, how many shares, follows, likes, mentions, all that kind of stuff. We just want to see that we're actually increasing in this area. We want to see the click-through rate to tune in increase. So we share that link a lot. We want to see that people are actually clicking, going to it. And it would be interesting to understand the demographics of our social media following. So we've looked at this before. It's kind of how we figured out that it's typically older males who are listening and who are on our accounts. So we want to be able to see if we're able to reach that younger audience or if we are not being successful. So our performance on Facebook, KPIs, just number of followers, favorites, shares, responses, that kind of thing. We want to just increase our brand awareness, develop word of mouth marketing, and gain new clients. Twitter, create conversation, same, develop word of mouth marketing and gain new clients. And Instagram, we want to be able to just increase our brand awareness and give people an inside look, tune in, grow the number of listeners on the online radio. And for most of those, we can just track that by if we're gaining new followers, if we're getting more engagement on our posts. And for the action required, a lot of it just requires being more creative, posting more, and posting engaging content that people actually want to see. And on Instagram, obviously, we need to use our account because it has 0 posts. So refine strategy. So by the end of football season, we need to make sure that we have been creating more engaging content, incorporating photos, videos, live videos into posts, create conversation with fans, and try and expand our reach beyond Nebraska by just making or focusing our social media kind of on reaching these people and just adjusting it how we see fit to expand that reach. And so yes, that total timeline would be by the end of football season. That's kind of where we'll get the most engaging content. So it's a good place to start. So thank you for listening.